There was the Backstreet Boys, there was NSYNC, and there were these guys. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 boy bands that did not break in America. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at those all-male groups that had fans screaming the world over, just not nearly as much in the US. Number 10, Boyzone. Back in 1993, this Irish group was put together by Louis Walsh, an Irish entertainment manager who will be coming up again later on this list. Although they've never attained comparable success in America, Boyzone is probably one of the more successful bands in the UK and their native country. At their very best, they've gone platinum 5 times over with one album.
I know my love forever. I know no matter what.
Sadly though, in April of 2018, after releasing their latest studio album, the band announced they would be breaking up for good. Thankfully, only after a 25th anniversary celebration tour and final album. Way to go out on a high note, fellas.
When I hear anybody ask me why it does, I say just because. I say just because.
Number 9, Smash. This Indonesian group Smash, otherwise known as 7 Men as 7 Heroes, entered into the boy band world later than most.
You know me so well, girl, I need you.
Having only come together in 2010, this group quickly picked up speed, inspiring a wave of other similar pop dance groups in their native country. Seemingly out of nowhere, they hit the Asian music markets with a bang and several top hits, earning 34 awards in a brief amount of time. Although they disappeared for a bit and lost a member, 2018 has set the stage for a comeback, and they look and sound better than ever. Number 8, 2B3. Imagine it, a band comprised of you and 2 other childhood friends taking on your country and then the world.
Even if the sun used to shine, even if we lived in different times.
Autographs, screaming fans. When you were a kid, you surely had this fantasy at least once. Maybe you even practiced your dance moves with your friends or argued over who would be the lead singer. Well, inspired by other European boy bands, this French trio made that fantasy a reality back in 1996. They never managed to take on the whole world, despite their best efforts, but they did go triple platinum and appeared on many TV shows in their native country before disbanding in 2001.
Damn girl, excuse my French, I can't believe how good you look to me. Damn girl, excuse my French, I can't believe how good you look to me.
Number 7, McFly. Now these boys know how to make an entrance. After getting a boost from another British boy band, Busted, these 5 guys almost immediately claimed a Guinness World Record held by the Beatles.
Dancing on the kitchen tiles, it's all about you, yeah.
Yeah, the Beatles. And the record they broke? The youngest band to have a debut album chart at number 1.
Love is on the radio, love is on the radio, love is on the radio.
Sadly though, this traction was almost exclusive to the UK. And though they named themselves after a classic 80s American character, Marty McFly, they only had success overseas in one film, Just My Luck.
Everybody wants to know her name.
So while they might have had fans screaming at home, they never brought about the second British invasion.
'Cause obviously, she's out of my league, but how can I win? She keeps dragging me in, and I know I never will be good enough for her.
Number 6, 5. In 1997, when a UK newspaper advertised that a producing company, the same company that managed the Spice Girls, needed 5 male singers/dancers for a bad boy boy band, thousands of men lined up to be the next big thing.
Baby, when the lights go out, everything
But only these final 5 made the cut, and thus 5 was born. When this group was at the peak of their fame, from 1997 to 2001, they were an international hit, just one that never quite made it to America. But darn, did they make Europe and Asia dance with their rapped lyrics and bumping beats, topping charts with a cover of Queen and winning awards left and right. Number 5, Soul Decision, also known as Indecision. Though this Canadian band was signed at the height of boy band popularity, they're a slight departure from the typical boy band formula. This group banded together on their own at college under the name Indecision, writing their own songs and playing their own instruments. It was only after a few of their songs hit the top 40 in their native country that they signed a record deal. The group then changed their name to Soul Decision and went on to continue to create some great music, with their first album going platinum in Canada and the popular single Faded breaking the top 40 in the US. Unfortunately, it was a feat they couldn't duplicate. Number 4, Ozone. In the US, this Moldovan trio are best known for their major hit, Dragosta din te, or maybe Americans know it better as the Numa Numa song. Either way, it served as the basis for one of the earliest internet memes. The thing is, Ozone legitimately attained international fame, and there was far more to it than a funny dance video. In fact, the song hit the charts as number 1 all over Europe. And of course, the band has had other hits in Europe and Asia as well, including their first single, Despretine, which went gold, and their 2004 album, Disco Zone, which went triple platinum in Russia. Number 3, SHINee. The princes of K-pop were introduced to the world in 2008 as a contemporary R&B group that would become trendsetters in all areas of pop culture. Their first album won Newcomer Album of the Year at the 23rd Golden Disc Awards. Their music video for Lucifer was nominated for Best Choreography, and they've even created their own fashion, SHINee trend, that is hugely popular with students. All over Asia, their music remains hugely popular, with album after album going to number 1 in South Korea. And though they sadly lost a member to an apparent suicide in 2017, SHINee mania is still very real across the Pacific. Number 2, Westlife. Also managed by the famous Louis Walsh, this Irish boy band is another Guinness World Record holder, but for multiple world records, including the most public appearances by a pop group in 36 hours and most singles to debut at number 1. But as with McFly, all of this happened for Westlife in the UK. One of the longest reigning boy bands, these gentlemen made young girls scream and swoon all over Europe for over 10 years. But that didn't mean the group didn't have fans in America as well. Remember Swear It Again? Yep, that's Westlife's only hit in the US, making your heart skip a beat with its pledge of love. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Take That. With nearly 30 top 40 singles in the UK under their belts, this still active boy band has been making hits since 1990.
Whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good.
Having started with 5 members, including the world-famous Robbie Williams, Take That has undergone a few lineup changes and had a few hiatuses throughout their career, but that has not stopped their fans from buying tour tickets and albums in record-breaking time. And some more wonderful news. These boys are scheduling a 30th anniversary tour and a greatest hits album, all scheduled for 2019. Maybe Americans can finally jump on the bandwagon then.
We are giants. We are giants. We are giants.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.